What's good, planty peeps? My name is Lily and welcome to Peace Lily Plants. We've been having some issues with the recording device. Cannot figure out how to get a lighting that is not either super dark or super light. I've got the ring light on. Here, let me pick it up. Ta-da! But somehow, with it being just a few inches away, my face is super dark. I'm gonna have to keep experimenting, figure out how to work this thing. But anyway, today, this video should be going up the week between Christmas and New Year's. So I hope you're having a great holiday season and hope you're enjoying this time where it's like, what day is it? Who knows? I don't care. I'm chilling. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of time. Anyway, so let's look at some faves and fails today just for funsies. And before we dive right into it, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. So our first fave of the month, we have good old CEBU blue that I put on a moss pole with my friend Joey in a video a couple weeks ago, and just wanted to give you the update, as I'm sure a lot of people do. Not a good thing, but I'm sure a lot of people do it. They let their moss poles get too dry, and I let mine get dry AF. But then recently I gave the whole thing a good little shower. Literally, I sat it in the shower and got this moss pole wet again, and it looks to me like some of the aerial nodes are starting to dig into the moss. And I'm looking at the screen, you see right there, the little piece is growing, and where's the other one? Come on, where are you, new growth point? Okay, I can't find the other one at the moment, but there are two little places where there's a little spike coming up. It's about to start growing, so I'm so excited for this thing to grow up this pole, for the aerial nodes to be able to dig into that moss, and hopefully that'll encourage the leaves to get big and to get fenestrations, aka finnies. I am glad that for my first moss pole ever, it was not a failure. So far, it has actually been a success. So now we are going to feature a couple of lovely African violets that I'm gonna go grab. This baby is blooming once again. What a star. So, you see beautiful, beautiful purple flowers, cute little yellow dots in the middle of them. And my violet is a little thirsty, as you can see, with these leaves drooping down. That's how you'll know that you need to water your African violet. It will start to get droopy around the edges, so I'll probably go ahead and water this today or tomorrow. This guy sits in a lot of direct sunlight, so all the bleaching on these leaves was not there when I bought it, but has happened over time, and I just think it is one of the most beautiful African violets that I've ever laid eyes on. So this is a new African violet that I bought in my last shopping video with Joey. And I love how the leaves have that little scallop shape, and I love that the other one is more of a dark green and this is more of a light green. So they are different enough that they are distinct. It's not like I have two of the same thing. And with the other one, I got that in my early plant days, and I didn't realize with African violets, it's a good idea to keep the tag because there are so many different kinds, but this time I did keep the tag. This is a Le Chantal. Yeah, let's pretend that's how you pronounce it. And I will say that some of the leaves started to get little burn marks because I sat it next to the other one in brutal direct sunlight, And after seeing that I'd burned a little bit of this, I thought back to when I first got the other one. I was like, did I immediately put that in the brutal direct sunlight? And I remembered that it was kind of a progressive thing. Like, I had it close to the direct sunlight for a few months, then I put it in the direct sunlight, so maybe I kind of acclimated it, got it kind of used to the sunlight before I just threw it into the brutalness. I decided with this guy, maybe I need to do the same thing. So I moved him a little bit out of the direct sunlight, but still getting a good healthy amount of sunlight. And then maybe when spring or summer rolls around, I'll try again with putting it in the window and see if it will take it a little better at that point. And by the way, this one, the flowers were dying off when I bought it, but it looks like it'll have white and pink blooms. So that'll be a fun contrast with the purple blooms of the other one. So now let's look at a couple of sun-stressed Hoyas, because those are really fun to me. And actually, maybe I should hang out here where the light's coming in, and maybe you can see the sun bleaching even more. I'll get up close in a minute though. This is just a regular old Hoya CARNOSA, and I put it directly in that brutal sunlight a few months ago. And it's one of those plants where, yes, it would tolerate being far away from the window, it would live, but it wasn't thriving. I put this guy up near the window, and let me show you closer now. It started to eventually get these dark brown leaves. Now, depending who you are, maybe you would look at that and think it was ugly and a bad thing, and you would move it out of getting so much sunlight so that they wouldn't turn that color. I personally find it to be really interesting, really cool looking. So, just gonna keep this guy in the window and see how many of the leaves keep turning this kind of color. We'll have to roll back here to grab my other sun-stressed Hoya. This guy is sun-stressing. Well, I don't know why I said this guy. This queen, this beauty, is sun-stressing not brown, but pink. And I love it just as much, if not more, because I am a pink kind of girl. Look at those freaking leaves. Can you believe it? And let's see. And there's more on this side too. Man, those at the bottom are like super hot pink. So let me roll back a little bit so you can appreciate the plant as a whole. But oh my goodness, is this not objectively one of the most beautiful Hoya Crimson Princess that you ever laid your eyes on? I think so. And I will say that I'm not the best at Hoya, to be honest. You know, everybody emphasizes, don't overwater them, don't overwater them. So then I'm afraid to water them, and then the opposite problem happens to me where they get super, super dry. The Hoya that I've had the best luck with have been directly in a window. So, not sure what to make of that. I guess Hoya, they'll survive if they're further away from the sun, but they really do like to get a lot of sun. So anyway, this is just such a beautiful plant, and maybe it'll bloom someday. That would be great, but even if it never bloomed, it's just so lovely the way it already is. By the way, do you see the sweater? Full of life. I thought that was so cute and funny. I'm not gonna pick it up because it's really heavy. It's in this big old terracotta pot. It weighs too much. But do you see this heart leaf that is climbing up this stick back here. I just wanted to brag. Whoops. I just wanted to brag about the fact that I got that at a church bazaar for $3. $3! Don't sleep on your local church bazaars, people. You want some cheap stuff and some yummy baked goods. I don't want to show you my rare philodendrons because they all have new leaves, but you know what? I'm gonna just film a separate video that's like, check it out on my rare philodendrons. That'll be fun. Oh, hey, look! I forgot. There's a little CC plant over there that's growing some more stuff. Oh Lord, I can't get around the tripod. So this is my tiny normal green CC plant. And I was honestly convinced that this was never going to do anything because I had it for like 6 months and it didn't do anything the entire time. Now I see this new stalk and that's super fun. And then when I picked up the plant, I noticed that it has 2 more teeny tiny stalks back there. Yay! Yay for plants that are stagnant for a long time and then finally start to grow. It's really exciting. A lot of times you end up forming a callousness towards them where you're just like, whatever, I don't care about you anymore. But now I care about it again. So yay. What else? What else? Check out over here. This really adorable Whoville Christmas tree that my friend got me. It's an actual tree. I don't know what it is technically. I mean, the only tree name that I actually know is Norfolk Pine. So maybe it's a Norfolk Pine or it's related to a Norfolk Pine, but is that not so adorable? It needs water. So I should do that probably after this video. I should water it, but yes, isn't that adorable? Look at how cute my ruby cascade is. So what I did probably 6 months ago is that I bought 2 plugs from Gully Greenhouse and potted them in here together, and they are just taking off, and I just think this tiny little ruby cascade is like one of the cutest plants I've ever seen. I look at it every day and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are so adorable, little guy. So yeah, I mean, nothing to write home about in terms of like being rare or anything like that, but is it not so darn cute? Now we're gonna talk about a couple of fails for the month because it's tradition at this point, right? And let me just say that actually I have more plants that do badly than just the ones that I show you. And when I film a plant tour in a couple months, or not a couple months, in a couple weeks, you'll probably be thinking to yourself, Lily, how do you keep all of your plants looking so good? Let me tell you the secret. Have someone that you can pawn your bad plants off to. I don't always have a ton of bad plants to show you guys because every time I'm killing something, I just give it to my mom and somehow she brings it back to life. Like, I had a rare philodendron that I bought from Botanicas. I believe it was a cross between melanochrysum and verrucosum. Very, very rare. And I was killing it. And I gave it to her. And now it has like 3 new leaves. Point being, most of the ones that I would include in this part of the video are not actually up here anymore. They have been passed to the doctor's hands, aka my mom's. But this is a failure that is still up here. This is a Hoya hinder rope that is dying off strand by strand. this is the last healthy strand, and the other two are goners. I don't know what this plant wants from me. I've kind of accepted that it's just doomed to failure. I've tried giving it more water, I've tried giving it less water, I've tried putting it in more sun, I've tried putting it in less sun. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna just keep trying with it until it eventually dies, because I feel like that's just where it's headed. Oh well. At least I have another Hindu rope back there, you see, in all of her long, splendid glory. That is also a favorite of this month. As I look around the room, I'm realizing that I really have pawned off most of my struggling plants to my mom already. But this one is still up here. And it's still alive. It's still growing a little bit, so maybe it'll get better. But it's not doing great. It had another strand that died off. I think it got too wet or something. So this is some sort of FUZZY TRADESCANTIA that I got out of this is some sort of TRADESCANTIA that I bought out of the terrarium section. And I'm just realizing of myself, I need to not buy anything out of the terrarium section ever. Because 9 times out of 10, it ends up like this. Looking terrible or just being dead. Thank you for watching this video. And again, hope you're having a great holiday season. Hope you're looking forward to 2022. I know I am. I can't wait to see where we're gonna go with this channel. As I said at the start, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And always remember, wherever you are and whatever your circumstances, bloom where you were planted, honey. See you in the next one. Bye.